Hey guys, just jumping in, going to do a little informal update with the maintainers available. So feel free to tune in, stick around, or jump off. It's going to be recorded, so yeah, posted later. Hey there, Luke. All right, good to speak.
Hello, hello. It's going very well.
Cool. Just let everybody know we're kicking this. How's your week going, Luke?
Man, it's been an awesome week. Yeah, a lot of interesting. The last week and a half been quite interesting. We got a new car, which is pretty sweet. Got a Tesla, which I'm been wanting for many years, and also got a new housemate. So we have somebody that's staying with us for a bit, and
Sweet.
that's interesting, cool dynamic. And
Huh,
yeah, I started doing Morpheus videos, which I'm having a lot of fun with. So it's been
sweet.
good.
Awesome, man. Just inviting Black Flag and Tide Blue fan. All right, cool. How's it going, Kyle?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing pretty well. Just to record an informal maintainers update. We'll post it to the community later. I see there's Anton, there's Black Flag, and the only one I think we're missing is Kevin. I think he said he was going to join. So cool. Or no, that was Kyle and Black Flag. Okay, yeah, yeah. Kevin says he'll pop in. Sweet, sounds good. Well, one of the things that I really love about the Ethereum community is sort of like all the informal updates along the way. Like, so not just big, announcements, but the, sort of week by week as people are updating stuff in GitHub and, sort of just inviting everybody in the community to contribute to everything that's going on. So figured it would be super useful outside of, the regular updates on GitHub to do something here on Discord. We already have like the great biweekly recorded sessions that Anton and Helios have been putting on around like particular subjects like compute or capital or code. But thought of this as just like a quick touch base, sort of more broadly for people acting as maintainers for the different Morpheus reference implementations. So yeah, that's some of the context. And so yeah, pretty informal. Just figure, we go around the circle and give some quick updates, and I can start. So a lot of my focus this week has just been the smart contract stuff. So for those that have been watching the testnet, the work on the referrals has been finished up. And it looks like that's passed all of the audits and everything else, which is very cool to see because I think that will really drive a lot of interest where basically there's a built-in peer-to-peer reward for anybody, to educate about Morpheus and teach others and, create a referral link, help them contribute capital, right? But in a way that's completely automated, right? So big kudos to Jeff for writing the MRC on the referral subject. So if you haven't, it's worth reading. Let's see. I think it's. Let me look up the MRC. I think it's. Let's say
I think
47.
it's 47.
Yep, there it is. Yep, MRC 47. So if you look through that, I mean, there's a ton of great content about how it works. But I think, yeah, there's just a good basis for like, okay, how do you empower people to teach others about Morpheus and reward them for doing so. So yeah, oh, it's actually 45. I just found the link. MRC 45 is the STE referral system. Looks like I need to update the link in GitHub. But anyway, it's been great to see the audits get finished on that. So next thing up is I see some of the open source devs are working on front ends for the referral system so that anybody will be able to use the normal capital contribution dashboards in order to use the new referral system. So you won't have to do functions in the smart contract. You'll have a nice user interface for that. So yeah, that's one big thing on the smart contracts. And let's see, the compute smart contract. I've been going through a bunch of updates. You guys probably all saw they've moved into effectively the third test net, and now there's a target date of November 18th coming up pretty quick. So still, more audits, sort of another round, just making sure it's all set and ready to go. But big credit to Kyle and Luke and everybody that's been working with the community to set up a compute provider. So anyway, yeah, that's the sort of two things most top of mind for me are the upcoming compute launch, just focused on making sure smart contracts are ready to be deployed there. And yeah, we'll see how fast the dashboards get updated for the referral, but it'd be really cool to see that deployed in the next week or two as the code's been fully audited. It's all been tested by the community. So it's pretty much ready to go. But Luke, you want to give us a quick update?
Yeah, sure. I'll go next. Along those lines, I've ordered a new computer. I've got an old 2017 machine, so I haven't been able to run all this stuff locally. So I'm excited about getting a new computer to be able to help more with the kind of onboarding process for testnet and all that. But in the meantime, I've been helping out by doing some videos. So I don't know if you guys have seen those, but so far the feedback has been really, really positive. I just kind of sit in front of my computer, turn on the camera, and just make some of this stuff feel a little more real because there's so much going on in the space. It's incredible how much the community is just pushing out stuff all the time. Even all these MRCs, I'm planning on eventually doing some videos on each one, just kind of highlighting what they are, kind of what the status is, where they're at, and other things like that. Basically, as things hit the announcements channel, when it makes sense, I'll just turn on the camera and do a quick video. So I did one, I think yesterday or the day before on Aerodrome. And just if you've never used a DeFi platform, you can walk through that one and get a full understanding of how to add liquidity to a pool, how to do a swap, how to add a token to your MetaMask, how to take those pool tokens and stake them, all that kind of stuff. And I just realized a lot of us been in this space playing with this stuff for a long time. And it's funny how often we don't realize how much we know. It's like you just do stuff a bunch and you don't think about, how long it took you to figure all that stuff out. So sometimes just putting it out there helps people realize oh, okay, this is accessible. I can understand this. I can understand DeFi. So that's my goal, is trying to make some of this stuff more accessible. And when the referral stuff comes out, I'll be showing people how to do that and the value of that. But I wanted to highlight on this call, if there's anything that you guys hear about within the community, anything that's cool that's going on that just launched, or some cool thing that's going on, by all means, just tag me or post about it or ping me, and I'm happy to do some videos on it. They've been fun, and I think they're helpful. Kind of again, just making this feel a little bit more real. And then as it relates to the onboarding of the testnet and further maintaining kind of growing the community, I think the referral part will be a big part of that as well. So I'm looking forward to helping with that and anything else that comes my way. That's it for me.
Cool. Thanks, man. And just to reflect on that, so yeah, I'll send you a link to the developer dashboards that have been put together for the referral system. So as soon as those goes live, yeah, I agree. That would make a great content for a video, just walking people through how to create a referral address or referral link. When somebody clicks on that link, what does it look like for them to deposit stake ETH? And just a reminder for everybody, this is an MRC 45 created by Jeff. Sort of emulates the really successful program at Lido, where they shared rewards with people that referred folks that staked ETH, right? And I think that's so cool. Though in the Lido context, there was a committee and a whole application process. What I really like here is Jeff proposed a fully decentralized version, right? Where there's no committees, there's no application. You can just spin up a referral link. Both the person using the referral link get a bonus in their rewards, as well as the person that created the referral link. So sort of everybody wins. So anyway, I think that's really cool. But yeah, I can't wait to see that video. I think that'll make some great content. Cool. Let's see. Black Flag, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Luke, I just want to echo the sentiment from the community. The videos are awesome. Very much enjoying them. And I think to your point, one thing that's so exciting about Morpheus is although it's obviously built on crypto rails, it's not truly like exclusively a crypto project. And so I think those videos are really helpful because we're going to attract, like I know just people anecdotally that I know that I've been able to attract to check out the project because they're into AI, not necessarily because they're into crypto exclusively. And so there's a big learning curve there. And I do think we forget sometimes how much we know that other people do not. So really enjoying that. Um, from my side, so this was my first full week of basically telling everyone in my life, including my wife and business partners, that half of my time is now dedicated to building the Morpheus project, which has been exciting. The biggest thing that I'm focused on right now is helping basically establish relationships and try to get integrations and future integrations going for the More token and the Morpheus ecosystem at large. Um, we're really a big chunk of the week has been talking with as many as I could get in touch with people who are involved with lending protocols and other places where we can try to establish a lending market for more tokens, which is really going to aid with the compute process because it's obviously a valuable resource for compute providers. Kyle, I know you're probably going to speak to this as well, so I won't speak too much more on it. One of the biggest things right now that we're getting feedback on is essentially all of these lending platforms require a chain link price feed in order to establish a lending market with them. And so if anybody does have connections with Chainlink, David, I know you shared your one contact. I'm working on getting in touch with him. But if anybody does happen to have a direct contact with Chainlink, I'd love to talk with them or help you talk with them if there's someone who, wants to have that conversation with them to help us get a price feed established so that we can take steps towards lending markets. Additionally, speaking with DeFi platforms, DEXs, basically anywhere else where the More token can be whitelisted and established as a legitimate project, is obviously just huge for all of us as we continue to grow.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. And I just posted a link to your Morpheus reference implementation. So anybody not familiar, Black Flag volunteered to help maintain the integrations repo. And so he's put up a really cool list of all the different integrations, like wallets and dexes and bridges and all the infrastructure, right, of DeFi. And a lot of it's permissionless. So look through that link, look through that list. If you have connections at those different projects, I'm sure Black Flag would love to hook up as he kind of goes through that list and starts to weave the More token into all those different systems. But that's I think going to be super critical. So thanks so much for volunteering to do that, man.
Oh, happy to do it. And also on that point, I have so that list that you'll see in Git is based on a Notion page that I'm maintaining. So if somebody is specifically interested in, taking a look at that too, get in touch with me. I'm happy to share the information. And yeah, there's no, like you said, it's all permissionless. So if you have a relationship and can make a integration happen, by all means do it. But at the same time, if you would like support and you want, me to help you with those conversations or getting any information or documentation or code or anything else we need to make it happen, I'm so happy to step in and be of assistance to anybody on that end.
Very cool. And also, I'm just going to drop in here the link for MRC 45. It looks like it moved over to the pending folder. I'll have to update the link on the README. But if you go through that, you can sort of see how that whole referral system works that we talked about earlier. So, but yeah, no, thanks, Blacklight. I appreciate that. I think that's going to be super powerful, and that's sort of so cool to see. Is one by one, the community has just been approaching these different groups. Like Aerodrome was just a community member that reached out and said, "Hey, let's go get listed there and add liquidity," and just went off and did it, right? So that was super powerful. It's like, oh yeah, we can just do that for tons of different integrations. It's the let's just organize what needs to get upgraded and what needs to get built. Because a lot of times it's just messaging the developers of the project, getting onto a whitelist, or putting in a pull request to add your smart contract. So a lot of these things are like self-serve and don't require necessarily a lot of permission or time, which is really refreshing, right? We're getting away from the centralized systems where they want listing fees and stuff like that. in the decentralized, permissionless smart contract, it's moving a lot faster. So cool, man. Well, let us know how we can support it. That'd be great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Kyle, you wanna go next, man?
Yeah, definitely. So you gave a couple good updates at the beginning, David, relating to the compute contracts. I'll give a couple more detailed updates. As you said, pretty much testnet v3 is just about ready to go. The contracts have been developed, and the team or the development team and some of the other contributors are working to integrate that smart contract into the proxy router, and we're hoping to have an update ready for early next week, in which everyone who's running on the current testnet can pretty much make a fresh pull and have their provider or consumer running on the newest stuff. Once we get to that point, we will probably ask a lot of the providers who indicated interest in testing on testnet to kind of go give it a run, right? We're looking to launch mainnet on 11/18, which is getting very close, and kind of getting everyone in and trying to find bugs as a collective would be super valuable. So there's kind of a call to action on the community, and we'll mention that in the Discord next week. Now, for mainnet to go live, we are looking to complete an integration with Venice, which I believe we've talked about on a couple different places so far. We have heavy interest there, a ton of effort going in to make sure that all requirements are being met on Venice's side and on our side, so that we have a nice smooth launch with availability of models running through Morpheus. For that to happen, we need providers, and we have them. The form that was sent out in the Discord is something that I will ask again for any potential provider to fill out. Now, the point of that is to give us a little bit of a heads up on who's going to need support, what level of support are you going to need, and how much total capacity are we going to have. And if you think about the marketplace really being an open source, decentralized area for consumers and providers to interact, the more information we have on our overall capacity, the larger scale consumers will be interested in joining, right? You can't join if no one's going to be there to support you. So all of these signals that we can get through that form or through communication.
Awesome. No, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's good to see all the people stepping up. And what I would say is, be sure to fill out the form fairly soon, and express the kind of equipment and the models you want to run and stuff like that. And all those pieces are coming together for the launch on the 18th, which is really exciting. So yeah, I know you've been burning the midnight oil to create those guides and sort of test and debug the system. So huge credit to Kyle and Luke and everybody that's put into that effort. But it's so cool to see it coming together.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're all super excited. I said one other comment to make here is that we recognize major providers looking to onboard would need a potentially large amount of Morpheus for staking to maximize their earning opportunity. So as Black Flag mentioned, we are looking into some sort of lending protocols or other opportunities to help support. Now, if you fall into this bucket, definitely reach out to me, and we want to make sure that we're building this in a way that kind of supports everyone and that everyone is aligned with. So reach out, let's have the conversation, and we'll help your needs kind of influence what's being built.
Sweet. Yeah, I know you were saying you're looking at existing platforms because there's a bunch of lending platforms out there that the community might be able to use. lend to people that want to run compute subnets. And even that term is fairly new. I just put up on the docs repo a description of how Morpheus compute subnets work. It's basically a specific provider, right, that wants to run inference for users. And like you said, the key is going to be the community can stake more towards them. So that's one of the pieces that's coming together. So yeah, if you fall into that category, be sure to reach out to Bowtie Bluefin. Cool, man. Good stuff. I
Thanks,
see
David.
that. Yeah, I see that Kevin has joined us. Yo, how's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for jumping on. We're just doing like an informal catch up. One of the things I really love about Ethereum is sort of their weekly cadence of people working on the different GitHub repos. Thank you so much for volunteering to do the Morpheus Accelerator and putting up a bunch of stuff on GitHub. You maybe just want to take 5 minutes, give us a quick update, and shout out to any support you need or things you're working on, anything you want to highlight.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Morpheus Accelerator, I'm trying to identify like the most important immediate things to accelerate builders now. And what I've been focusing on is kind of understanding where we are from a dev tooling standpoint as well as from an infra standpoint. So I'm I'm trying to figure out, all right, how does agent development happen on testnet with compute going live and what tools are available? I've put together this what I call like a hackathon template, and it kind of has. I'm imagining if I were to just send this to a builder, what are the tools that they would need reference points to in order to start building on Morpheus today, and then also figuring out, all right, what's in progress versus what's actually available today. For example, all the more 20 smart contracts are live. Non-fungible agents are in progress. So trying to kind of ground the developer experience in current state. So that's one thing I'm working on and would love other contributors to participate in. I have sent that list to RockShock and a few others just to get some feedback on tooling and status. And then I'd like some advice from this group, maybe on how to circulate that kind of hackathon template further out, just to get some more eyes on it. Another thing is I am I'm still onboarding, and I'm trying to get the kind of universe of smart agent use cases or just generally Morpheus builder use cases. So I'm working on a data set of those. I've also been having calls with projects interested in using the More 20 standard and figuring out what kind of thinking goes into using the standard set of smart contracts. And so one of my to-dos is to actually go through and launch a More 20 token on testnet myself to understand all of that. I've been going through the testing guides that Kyle has shared, which has been really helpful. And then as I'm building out that baseline of docs, I'm sharing it with a few different builders who we're actively engaged with. We have like an interested fund that's trying to move their fund on chain and enable entrepreneurs to use the More 20 standard as an example. So I have a few conversations going there. So yeah, it's
Sweet.
just that's pretty much it. Just kind of diving into all of those angles and then figuring out what can we do in the immediate term. So maintainers would love to hear, how can we accelerate builders around the compute mainnet launch would be my question.
Sweet. Well, one thing that I just posted was the More Accelerator repo link, so people can check that out that you were referring to. But also, I think it would be really cool to have a version of More 20 where you just set the defaults to like a really short amount of time, like 30-day bootstrapping period where all the tokens are emitted, and support people that want to just do memes or cool smart agents, right? And bootstrap it real quick and just launch it into the universe. right? And that requires zero coding changes, right? That can be done immediately, right? It's just different parameters in the same contract. So I threw up a more fun repo the other day, so I posted the link for that as well. And I think that's where a lot of the activity in the market is going on. And just the other day, I saw that Morpheus was tweeting at Noun Space Tom because he's one of the AI characters out there, and it would be so cool, like we've seen recently with Virtual and Goat and the Truth Terminal and all this stuff, right? Is offer an agent inference, right? So it can keep operating. And the Morpheus model is perfect for that, right? Because if all you have to do is hold some more tokens in your wallet and stake them for compute, all of a sudden your agent, doesn't have a human needed in order to pay a bill at ChatGPT, right? There's no credit card and monthly invoice to pay, right? It becomes something automated and comes directly out of the Morpheus block rewards, right? So I think that's going to be a fun experiment. Tom replied and is totally about it. So love to see that deployed. But there's just a huge wave of agents coming right now, and people are churning them out. And Morpheus has the infrastructure they need for inference and capital and a lot of these other tools. So it's really cool to see, and it looks like Coinbase has got into it. They've been in the community, and it's cool to see Coinbase Wallet and others putting out tools for agents to use. So between a Coinbase MPC wallet and using Morpheus for inference, these smart agents can use money and continue to operate indefinitely, and it's just getting really, really interesting and exciting. So yeah, I'd encourage, like you were saying, Kevin, anybody that wants to experiment, just put an experiment out, right? And that's the kind of thing the builder rewards are going to support, that the accelerator and everybody else wants to get involved in and see happen.
Yeah, feel free everybody to intro builders over to me so that I can enable them. I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions from the community, but yeah, trying to be an accelerator just as an individual. So as you run into folks interested in building, feel free to kind of send them my way, and I'll try to enable them.
Cool. I was just grabbing the link for when Tom and Morpheus were talking about using compute. That's kind of a fun thread. Yeah, go ahead.
On the more fun topic, I couldn't agree more actually, and I'll see if I can drop a doc in that repo with just some sample configurations of within the More 20 dashboard before something one click is developed. But I can give some configurations if people want to play around and make some of those short-term emission-based tokens and kind of figure out how to optimize there and what would work well in the market. So I'll try and give a recommendation doc in there over the next day or two.
Cool. Yeah, that would be super helpful. I'm also just dropping the link in for the subnets description, so people can understand that more deeply. But all right, awesome. Anything else people want to highlight? It seems like there's something new launching literally every day. Which is why I thought it would be cool to do these weekly, Thursday updates for maintainers, just so we can highlight everything for the community and sort of share notes on what's getting built this week and who needs support and more connections.
I got something to kind of shout out in the broader space, not just Morpheus, but happy
Go for
Bitcoin
it.
birthday, everybody! This is a
Woo.
historic day. 16 years ago, Bitcoin white paper launched, and my friend here in Puerto Rico did a movie that is launching today too, called Dirty Coin. So if it happens to be showing in your area, it would be awesome if you could support Alana. She's done an amazing job on this documentary. And my hope is today is a good day for the film, so it gets a little more recognition and gets a broader conversation going about Bitcoin mining, about cryptocurrency, about self-sovereignty, about all the things that everybody's involved in Morpheus cares about. So yeah, check out Dirty Coin, the movie. It's just neat that a friend of mine did something so cool. I've already seen it, and I'm going in about an hour to see it again with my whole family. So yeah, Dirty Coin the movie. Check it out, and happy Bitcoin birthday day.
Luke, are
Awesome.
they going to do like a digital screening of any kind, similar to like the Vitalik movie?
They are really trying to go into theater. So like her background as a creator is just like the theater experience she's really passionate about. So that's the first push. She's already done screenings at like the Bitcoin conference and just different events. She'll do meetup screenings as well, but as like private events. And then she's actually going to try to get on the streaming services like Netflix, that kind of thing. So as to where it evolves and when it's going to be available for everyone, I don't know. But yeah, I think it'd be cool just to be able to click a link, pay for it, and watch it. So next time I see her, I'll get an update on that. But it's really well done. I mean, I've seen it and I was so impressed. I'm like, dude, everyone in the whole world has to see this. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll call it there. Happy Bitcoin White Paper Day, everybody. And yeah, we'll post this recording for the community. And yeah, just excited, especially as compute and builders go live. There's a lot more developer and public facing stuff. So I think the maintainers here and others are really well positioned to sort of, include everybody in helping build that out. So yeah, thanks for everybody for jumping in. We'll call it there. See you guys.